IO learners, company often do fundraising for expansion, debt reduction, acquisition. In that fundraising, corporate filing, whatever you see, in that sometimes promoter do participate, sometimes promoter less participate, and sometimes company go for a preferential route, sometimes they go for a QIB route, sometimes they go for a right issue route. That I have explained in my right issue video that of how to look at a right issue. See, right issue and preferential difference and a QIP difference or some preferential where promoter is buying, a preferential where promoter is not buying much. How to give that significant interest, like how to just evaluate that which one is good, where promoter is confident, he'll be participating more because he is investing in his business even at a higher price or a market price whenever he's buying because he's infusing his capital again through that fundraise. He's not only asking from others. That shows a confidence to the promoter that they have the confidence that they want to do something expansion. Many of the cases, company don't go for a preferential route and they go for a easy route with a QIB. I cannot comment that why QIB people like in open video, but try to understand that I cannot say that, okay, fine, QIB, if it's happening, it is good or bad. Most of the cases, the QIB participated by all financial institutions. Sometimes they are, uh, you can say that not do proper due diligence in terms of a valuation. They do buy at a higher price. You will see Swan Energy at happen at a Swan 760 level. They have done a QIB. Then again on JWL at a 565. And a multiple occasion, you will be seeing that institution is participating at a very high rate. So this is not right? So whenever QIP or QIB is coming, don't think like feel that okay, no, this particular institution is participating, so it is good. That is actually a time for an exit because they are playing with the public money. They have less like obligation and they just simply bull market liquidity SIP of 16,000 crores, something is coming. They're deploying or any fund house is deploying their money. So that is not their hard-earned money. So one thing, make sure that always believe on a valuation and business. Second, many people don't interpret certain right issue. When they don't get any offer from a preferential, they don't get investor. They don't get any offer from a QIB investor also. They are unable to convince those businesses because are maybe they are loss making. They have a and or they have a past history is bad. So people don't rely on then they go for a trick and okay fine I'll be issuing right to my existing shareholder they will buy at a discounted price and the stock like like if they are buying at a discounted price so I'll be getting fundraising from my existing shareholder and they give some discount. So what happened in this particular thing now, whenever you don't get the confidence, how investor thinks, investor will think that they maybe require a fund of 1,000 crore, 100 crore, 500 crore, and they are not getting from a preferential route or QIB route. Then they are offering to the existing shareholders. It is kind of a selling and that like due diligence wise, it is the worst when a company is doing a right issue because none of the institution and a preferential individuals are investing. They are saying, no, I am not going to invest. Then they take another route of right issue, fine, offer to the existing shareholder because existing shareholder will not do any due diligence. Like in terms of a visit, in terms of a talking with the promoter, those due diligence is not there in major participants. So many retail participants will participate in that. And most of the cases, since big players don't like this kind of actions, what they will do, they will sell. And recently we have seen same kind of a thing in a multiple stock like a Jyoti structure. They have issued a right at 16 rupees, stock price at a 34, 35, it has gone. So it came down to 16 rupees where actually this right issue has been done. So now even in a OK Play India, now in that also company done a right issue at this juncture they have announced the stock came down to 10. I'm not talking about whether they can grow or whether they can't grow. that whenever you see that company is raising capital through right issue path, so, and this path, why people like why this company is not going for a date, why they are not going for a other path, because all other path or routes are closed, no one is interested. So that time don't like, even if you are not participating in a ride, don't just stay in this particular price level. What will happen? You will erode your 60-70% capital. Such kind of a action, because suppose our company is very good, you are feeling that okay, this company will do good, because opinion is not static, and certainly company is taking certain decision which is not in favor of a investor, and they will think that okay, fine, devalue this and exit, we have multiple other opportunities in our hand. So kindly interpret those corporate action properly. Even in a JWL, you will see that. And sometimes on a preferential, what generally happen? In preferential announcement comes, stock gives a 30, 40, 50% rally. Then again it come back to the mean level when it was, where it was like so those kind of a announcement, how to look at whenever it comes, no, try to make whatever amount if you are getting an information through their LODR. And some people are closely held people are having information about certain business. That okay, fine, this business is going to do, because whenever a company is doing a fundraising, they'll be approaching few people. When companies approaching to through institution or through individual, so they'll be getting some news. They will spread it. Everyone will not participate, but they will anticipate such kind of a rally. You will see that in one stock last year, what happened? This, say, they raised their preferential. Whoever knows this thing, it has gone to 190. Now again, they has dumped it toward this 44.55 level, and it may do good, it may not do good. That is completely. But how this stock has gone up? Who knows this? All these stories. So this is not the only one case I can say. In a multiple cases, no, the people who are very closely known to company, they know multiple other things. Stock has gone up when fundraising news came. So 230, and it again came back. So I'm not saying that it is good or bad. I'm saying that don't buy over here. Don't rush when some preferential is coming, because it will come back to me. No one will talk about all these things. This is something which I cannot completely openly say, but I am just giving an outline that whenever preferential comes, so if you are buying certain in a close to preferential price, look at how much promoter is participating. Many preferential last week also came where promoter participation is very good. So we may see very certain price movement, because people will speculate that okay, fine, company is raising fund for a growth, promoter also participated, it will also grow. Again, it may come back, because fundraising is not a EPS growth. Fundraising is any fundraising, whether it is a QIP through or a right issue through, it is not a growth. It is a participating in a growth. So EPS not yet came in a balance sheet or a profit and loss. Profit has not added in a reserve. So we are participating, we are giving a higher valuation because they are entering in a new venture or closing their debt or doing acquisition. So in this way, try to interpret all this corporate action and take accordingly. Like if you are a long-term investor, you may be buying again. So I'm not saying buying and selling is your, but don't enter over here. Whenever preferential price comes, try to understand that close to this price is maybe good. But if you are buying over here, then it is not right. At 230, somebody is buying. Even some institution will buy to show you some fake confidence. So this is something you will see on a multiple time, which people are not talking about. And take your do your due diligence and don't be static. If some right issue comes, and if you feel that why they are going on a right, why they are not going for a QIP, why they are not going for a preferential, close your position, because price will fall. So I am no one to talk about whether you want to close, but If I'm in your place, kind of a right issue comes or something, no, I will change my opinion. Thank you, everyone.